What's your problem over here?
Nothing. Just see if I'm doing this thing right. I've never seen a...
Well, you said you watched my videos. You should know all about this shit.
Well, it's been a while since I've done this part. I've been...
Okay, the two fell out, so that's good. Unscrew it now. My tripod run off too.
Over here, on the left side of the body.
Working on the important stuff.
So we're going to change some stuff on the motor.
Yeah, you're trying to steal my cam from
I'm going
me.
to steal his Crane 310 cam because I found another one that I'm going to buy.
Yeah, whatever.
And he doesn't believe me.
I'm not too thrilled.
What's funny is he showed it to me, and then I said, I want that one right there when I saw the lobes on it. And then he got to thinking about it subconsciously, and after about 10 minutes later, he goes, oh, he's showing me other cams, and I said, let's keep our eye on that 310. He's like, well, I don't know, maybe you ought to put the S&S hydraulic in there. And I kind of really want to run solids. Yeah. And he's like, no, you're going to have to adjust them. And I said, well, I don't mind working on it. And
yeah.
so I think I got him off of that Crane 310 that he found back there.
I found it. You mean one was in a race box?
Yeah, it was in his personal box.
That I've had for since 1992.
And what does that tell you? It's about time. It's time to put it to use.
It's time to use it. I only got the one though.
That's okay. I'll get that other one.
Yeah, you'd probably give me some rusted piece of crap.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, you will.
I'll find one. I'll go have one ground if we have to, man.
All right. Did you get the valve out yet?
That seal feels good. Feels good on that.
Sure, but see, you got these cheap ass valves.
Yeah, he's making fun of this thing, and I've seen the junk that comes in here sometimes.
Yeah, well, these are not performance heads. And a hot rod motor, you got stock heads on the bike.
It's okay. We're gonna make that difference here. This thing's not gonna idle at all.
Yeah, but they still got stock ass heads on there. Gonna run for shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, where's your fancy wrench you want to use?
That what?
Where's your fancy socket you want to use on your fancy tools?
You got that?
You want to use this 12-point socket or you want to use a 6-point?
I don't know, whatever you want. There's both in there.
Well, find me the other one.
Let's use that 12-point.
12-point on chrome is not good right here. Tends to make it go bad. That's why we use 6-point sockets around here. See how that works on
Yeah.
there?
Is that one of those?
No,
I saw one of his sockets. I want to show the public here what that thing looked like.
my original SK socket that I've had since 1980, or maybe before that. You mean that one? This is a 9/16 that I replaced. This is a replacement from about 3 years ago, so it's still good. Where's my zipper gun?
What are you looking for?
My zip gun. Will it wind up on the floor?
It's in your hand.
Oh. There, no wonder I can't find it. It's in my damn
I
hand.
thought the boy was drinking, but he says he doesn't.
No. You had me sniffing solvent earlier, though.
Because the lifters that had been in old boxes for so long that the prelude grease had turned into
Now you don't like those
whatever.
lifters.
No, that's them siftings that we showed everybody. And see, you got that on camera. You can't back off of that one.
I can do anything I want.
Here we go. Is that yours?
What? Yes. Am I good one there? Yeah.
Yeah.
You gonna screw it up for me?
No, I'm just making sure it's not one of mine gonna get walked off here.
Yeah. The problem, our tools disappeared. We both like our own tools. I laid this in your tool because I was lazy, but that's mine.
What is it?
This is custom made. It's got a radius ball to it. So you put it into the shaft and you beat it with a steel hammer. It doesn't screw up the shaft.
So that big delay between people are going like, what happened? It was just not this far apart a minute ago. We were in the books looking at camshafts. And
You mean
all
the
of this
last,
stuff
you
about
mean
it.
the 3 hours that we lost video of?
Yeah.
Notice how these rubbers are a little bit on the big side. See, they plug up the inside of the holes there a little bit.
That's bad.
There you go. That's a tight squeeze rubber there. I'm not going to reuse those. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Just making sure. Getting cheap there.
How'd these look?
I don't care. We're rebuilding the damn things. Who cares?
Okay, I just wondering if that was the reason why it was making noise.
Well, I already told you I didn't give a squat. I'm going to rebuild them. How's the shaft look? Shaft looks okay. What you got going on over here?
Ooh.
Weird looking thing there. You got
Wait a
buildup.
minute.
You got buildup on there. What's up
What is
with
that right there?
I don't
Is that
know.
it?
You got buildup on there.
That's it.
That's it what?
That weird thing that you just saw over there. See, bit you. It's not being nice.
Alright, so we're going to take these bushings here and we're going to replace them and rebuild them. Even though they look perfectly good, we're going to fix them. Yeah, they look fine.
Put the shaft in there. You want to go do them anyway.
It doesn't matter. They can look fine and feel fine. They still make noise. That's why I fix them. That's why I replace them all the time. Stall off. This stuff all looks like it's relatively low mileage or everything. In
Look
there.
at that. What is that stuff on there, man?
I don't know what that black crap is. This one will come out.
Is that the front? That's the front. What is that?
Looks like you've been overheated.
No.
Yeah. They're all black tipped.
I didn't get too hot.
I don't know. Painted?
Huh?
Cooked? Heat treated? I don't know. It's damn import stuff from Texas, you know. We don't know.
Look how hot that got.
Don't know about it. What?
That surface doesn't look too
That's
good.
not heat. That's just wear.
Blued?
You want new ones?
Yeah.
Taking perfectly good parts. You want to replace them for no reason? You want to keep those crappy ass valves over there? They're junk.
No.
Suck up horsepower like crazy.
No.
So when you got these lips on these valves, that makes them run slow.
It's okay. We're going to 3-angle these things, right?
It doesn't matter. You can't cut that damn lip away. There ain't enough metal here. If the valve is made with that lip in there, you ain't getting rid of it. You have to buy real valves and upgrade.
Okay.
Put good parts in these
Upgrade.
things.
Wait till they hear this thing run.
Trying to make it sound better on my race bike. And make it
No.
bad.
Don't want to do that.
All right. These don't have a real heavy interference fit on them. We'll have to check the spring tension and see how much tension these really are. See, there's not an interference on these things?
Yeah.
They look like they were good springs. These are probably just cheap-ass replacement springs. There's no interference fit. The interference fit stops harmonics from going vibrating breakage. So even though these look like good springs, they're probably not. Okay, let's go check those collars out. Those keepers.
Want these?
No, those are junk.
He's Mr. Positive, you know.
So you always want to pull your keepers together and make sure the collar doesn't rattle like a bill. So this pulls in nice and tight, so I like this collar. So the keepers and collars look good. I think those are genuine. The springs I think are probably some cheap-ass Sifton V-twin ones.
Sifton. That's what we're putting in here, right?
Sifton V-twin stuff. That's that China stuff.
Okay.
That's Taiwan
That's the new
parts.
Sifton. That's after Daddy Sifton passed away. Now they
Yeah,
somebody took it over.
someone bought the name and trying to
We're
get
gonna
the,
make it in China.
we're using the real stuff, not that modern crap. Okay, we gotta clean all this stuff up and then see what we got to work with. We'll be back. Okay, we got everything all cleaned up now. So we're looking at the lifters here. Where's the new ones? Those are the old ones?
Yeah.
Are they the same diameters? What cares? As long as they go in.
They're tighter.
As long as they go in, that matters. I can't. It's below it, so I get to it. There's this one already. No, that's one of your old ones. Yeah, it's a center bore.
Do you think the bore looks okay?
Doesn't matter. You already own them.
No, in here. I think they look okay.
Put it over here, I can see better. You got pretty damn rough in there. Looks like they were sandblasted. I'll run through the hole real quick and see how the lows and highs look, but it'll work. Where's the new ones? Yeah, they'll be fine. I'll run a quick hole through them and knock off the high spots and see that the surface a little bit to where we'll touch. The shafts are
Weird.
got wear marks on them, obviously. They're not worn heavily, just got wear marks. So you run your finger across the area where it's worn. If it feels relatively straight, it's good. Unless you just want to spend money on new stuff, you can do anything you want. But if you don't feel a real heavy wear mark indent into it, it'll be fine. Yeah, I was feeling things really out of normal. We'll look them over again, but they look pretty good from what I can tell. They're usable. I would use them.
Okay.
Okay, these are Crane heavy-duty valve springs. See how they got interference coil? It doesn't want to just come out, see? That's where stocks valve train harmonics, or valve spring harmonics. That's where they're bouncing up and down, and that will make them break. So these ones are interference fit. These ones here are not interference fit. They pretty much slide pretty easy with nothing, no real interference. So these are just probably aftermarket style replacement springs. So you get really no real drag on that. Now we'll do a coil spring test and test these and see what they are, but I'm expecting these to be a lot lighter than these. Look how much shorter they are also, so we got less preload. And the biggest thing on a high performance cam is you coil bind, measure the coil bind. If this has a lower coil bind than this, that's good. If it's more, that's bad. Even though it's a shorter spring, it could be stack height could be more. So we'll double check that too. We'll get to that later. But those I think are just stock springs. See the difference in these?
Yeah. Neat.
Okay, where's the valves at? Okay, here's the valves after they've been cleaned. The stems don't really have a lot of wear on them, so they're not worn out per se. They're just a bad design for horsepower. They got these lips built in. You can see the lip on the intake valve pretty heavily. You can't grind that out. The valve's not thick enough here. There's no way of taking that out. So you're always going to have this turbulence valve flow, which is bad. And you can see how rough that is. That's not carbon either. That's the valve. So, these here are the Kibble White Black Diamonds, which is what I like using. So you have a nice high performance float head, better material, more horsepower.
Nice. Yeah.
There's no way you can make the stock valve be a racing valve. Here's the intake. See, it's a nice float, nice smooth surface. It's already done. And I go in there and back cut these, make them even better, but they're pretty good. So where's the other valve at? So you can see the difference. This side doesn't really matter. It's this side here where the airflow is. So you can see how the lips and stuff are totally different on how they look. So anyway, that's the difference. Now the problem is this stem's probably bigger than this stem, so we put it in the head. The guide will probably be no good. That'll be the next problem.
Fits.
Good. These you do fit because they're just smaller. The thing is, how much clearance do we have in them?
Not bad, no. You?
They're not brand new, but they're not bad either.
No.
So yeah, these are runnable. We'll have to mic the valve to see what the difference in diameter was, but it's not. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but it's. See how it moves side to side here? It's definitely not tight. It's a performance loose fit. If you're gonna race a bike, you gotta have loose valves, otherwise the damn things will stick on you. Now the exhaust is a lot tighter than the intake, which is bad. That feels pretty good. This one here is loose. Feel how this one's tighter. Now it might be carbon the guide, or it might be just fit the guide. Don't know.
Yeah.
But if the intake's a lot tighter than the exhaust, it should be the other way around.
You could run both of those though.
Yeah, well, I'd have to measure the exhaust clearance to make sure it's not too tight, but it's close. Okay, here's our gasket scraper here. So this is how we scrape the gaskets. This doesn't do much damage to the head. So it takes that right off, like that. All these scratches are already in there because someone ran it across some sandpaper like this. Clean metal is not good metal. That doesn't make it flat when it just looks like it's clean. It usually makes it really wavy and doesn't seal with a squat. Whenever I see something that's been sanded like that heavily, it's usually not very good. I don't like it too much. Okay, that's how you get that one off, see? Now you gotta flip it over, you gotta do this side, but we gotta do it off metal diamond plate. Diamond plate is hard on material. Okay, here's all your valves at. Here's all our bolts here are all cleaned up. These have washers, make sure they stay on there. Clean all the oil and stuff off the parts here. Put them back over there. These have to be honed. This is the stock breather. I don't know if we're using this or not. Where's the bucket? Where's the bucket parts?
Oh, it's over here.
Yeah, get the hardware over there.
Gotcha.
Collars and stuff over there. Okay, so the cylinders, we got to scrape all this junk off of here.
Where's this head? Up there.
And he wants me to cut these too. And when you use a gasket scraper, you can go back and forth like this, but you can also do a cutting action like this and push really hard. So I use my thumb to hold it as a pivot, and I push real hard. And I'm pushing with my elbow, my shoulder. So you get back a little bit further, you can see a little bit more. It's all about using leverages. And don't put your fingers or any other part of your body in front of the scraper, unless you want to start bleeding. You want to do that?
Sure.
No, I said the bleeding part.
Yeah. Masochist, right?
Here, how hard that is. In case you didn't think I was pushing on that hard. It appears to be crystallized there a little bit on your gasket.
Looks like it got hotter.
Tubes in here now.
What are those tubes for?
Oil drain back. That's why your case has been drilled too over there, I bet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which means the gaskets you use have to have holes in them. And you'll be lucky if they line up with big bore gaskets. Alright, well, this side's good. So now you got the gasket surface cleaned off. Now we can come back with a little bit different scraper here. My carbide wanted to knock off some of this real fine stuff. What I'm going to do with a scrub pen and scrub it off a little bit. If I was going to do the cylinders, I'd bead blast it off and it would all come off that way and repaint the cylinder, but we're not going to do that. Alright, go for it. What are you waiting for?
Wait till you get done.
Should be all kinds of stuff to do. your fingers out of front of that scraper. Remember I told you?
I thought you said you want to do that, and I said yes.
If you want to make yourself bleed, it'll make you bleed.
We're gonna face mail these, right?
You can go ask Fred about that.
Hmm?
Nice and soft and easy to work with there.
No, these things here, man. I hate when people put gaskets on and don't lube the gaskets. It's just so simple to do. Something that saves you so much time. And people go, "Why do you put that grease on the gaskets?" Because if it's a good surface, it's not going to leak. You don't have to put sealant on there. If it's a bad surface and you put the sealant on there, fix the bad surface.
Mm-hmm. No, I seal them on, but it's.
I know you do. I've been watching you do that, and I don't.
It's
Because I put stuff together to take it apart, because that's what we had to do in the races. And stuff. You had to take stuff apart, and you were usually in a hurry.
a race bike. You don't even use gaskets.
Yeah, we do.
I don't.
Well, you run a motocross race. You got to run 2 40-minute races. You run for 40 seconds.
Yeah, you don't need gaskets. Like I said, if the surfaces are good and flat, you don't need gaskets.
You want me to hit this with a heat gun or something?
What's the heat gun going to do for you?
Make it.
If you just quit
More-
screwing around, just take the damn stuff off. I don't know why you're screwing
All right,
around.
Pro, let's see you do that.
I already
You want me
did
just-
it.
you want me to pull these studs?
Well, once you do the cylinder, you saw me how easy that was to do.
Oh, that doesn't look good either.
There you go. Try that one. I left you the rear one. It's got more area. You like that? What are you looking for? A place to start?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Here, I'll give you a hint. This is raw metal right here.
Yeah, I
no
see that.
gasket.
I was just trying to lead into it, you know.
Yeah, you get your hand in a dangerous spot. There you go. Put it right back in front of it again.
Here, we'll see you.
What, you want me to do it now?
Yeah, let's see you, Pro.
I just showed you how to do one. Now you're lazy.
No.
Okay, which way? You hold it that way or this way?
What depends on where you want to bite into the material. If you hold it this way, you got to hold it a higher angle and go in there. If you don't do it this way, then you don't.
It doesn't cut for squat this way.
That's what I was doing.
What was the problem? Just push.
You gotta be mean to it. That's where Tatro's specialty is.
Look at my upper body. Look at my shoulders.
Yeah, there he is. He didn't go to the gym. He doesn't need to. He's jacked from scraping gaskets.
It's all when you're putting your body into it.
He's got his hands behind the cylinder, though. That's good. He's not gonna get.
Remember, I use my thumb as a pivot. And that cutting action, like that, is what cuts it.
There's a skill to this, believe it or not.
Yes, there is. And that's a lot of pressure there, which you don't really see, but there's a couple 100 pounds of pressure I'm putting on just from my body.
This is called earning it. I guess in Texas we'd probably find some chemical that would dissolve everything except the
well,
cylinder.
California, we're stupid.
Yeah, y'all got a bunch of flour people here.
We just use muscles around here. See, I gotta go back over here where we started and make sure we got all of this off that we didn't do. See, I was showing off and not doing my job. You get all this crap off in here. See?
Could hit it with a wire brush on a Rodak.
That screws up the surface, so.
This doesn't, though.
Do you see any great straight marks
No,
on it?
you're doing pretty good. I don't see any digs in there yet. That's why I wanted to turn it over to you. We'd probably be spending an hour fixing it if I was doing it.
You won't cut in straight, you have to come in an angle.
What's the flashing E95 mean on the camera?
Something about the battery or hard drive or
I think
something.
the battery's full.
I don't know.
It says,
Yeah, you can't do that.
is it recording?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes, the red little light's up there.
Yeah, it's recording. It wouldn't be the first time I recorded for a few hours without nothing happening.
You thought it was recording and nothing was happening?
That happens.
And this is your race bike builder. We have to.
I never said I was a video guy. I just asked, did you see the comments about my video?
No,
Quality.
I don't read comments.
Colleagues for the cameraman.
Aren't people in there sitting in there behind their computer telling everybody how bad they're doing stuff?
All I can say
At least
is
we're doing stuff.
If you don't want to have a comment back that you might not like, you better not ask. And if you dish it out, you better be able to take it.
Right?
Okay, those are the easy ones. These are hard.
These are hard. You want to pull those studs?
No. The aluminum's softer than steel, so it's easier to nick it.
And these gaskets, they're like rock.
So are the ones over there.
Yeah.
And you notice I keep my stud between me and my finger.
Right. Oh, hiccup there, huh?
Yeah, I had a little nick there. Not for me though.
No.
Yeah, after you do a couple sets of these a day, you get pretty tired.
I
It
didn't.
doesn't help your hands. See,
Yeah.
I'm putting pressure. See, the pressure marks are not going away. If you hit it with a buffing pad or anything that's mechanical, it takes metal off and screws up the gasket surface. Now, I don't give a squat what you're using. I'm going to blast these heads, so I'm not going to get this 100% off, but I got to get the gasket material off. If you just blast the gasket away, it'll leave a high spot wherever the gasket
Sure.
was. So you have to get the gasket off, most of it. This one.
Well, we're going to stop for a second, and this is what we're going to be doing for the next 20 minutes.
Oh, you don't want to watch me do this all night?
I'll talk to you in a minute.
This is the fun part.
How do you stop?
Close it.
Good idea.
Okay. So now we're working the motor. We got the cylinders heads done. So now we're moving up over to here. You gotta make sure you keep the crap out of the motor. And this even need less area to work around here. See how it's pulling up aluminum there? That's bad.
Yeah, but he's got the super scraper, though. Wait till you guys see this thing. He's got tools.
Okay, get that from the outside.
Did you make that thing, the super scraper?
No, you buy it.
Huh? Look at that. It even says super scraper.
Yeah. Good. Industrial tools.
This thing like plane. It's like a plane.
And it's got a-
Not airplane, but planer. He's gonna refinish it.
You have to hold it flat or it cuts the metal away. You take your gasket right on down to nothing. Okay, next. There's one cylinder over here that I didn't want to cut off. So I'm going to take our super scraper. Cut the paint and the rust. It's been hit there maybe. Now you got to hold it flat. That's the hard thing. Now you see how it's got a sharp, bright edge on the edge here? There's a little fillet right here. It's not flat. These cylinders are never flat right there. So you gotta, the scraper's always at a slight angle because it's got that. So if you want to get down here where you want to get like that, you either got to come in like at this angle here, or you got to get right on the edge of the area. See that little line from like here in? It's actually higher a little bit right there. If you blow it up right here.
I got it. Right, it's showing good.
Yeah, so you can blow it up like that. So if you get up on that area, the scraper just wants to dig in. It would also cox it like that, so you want to cut here and right on the edge, not in the middle. So you got to kind of adjust the way you do things. Okay, so we got this one pretty well cleaned up. Because this one's not blasting, so I got to get all this stuff off. You also see how flat it is, and you can feel it. When you feel the surface, you can tell if it's flat by feeling. You take those stupid buffing pads and everything, you can feel it uneven into it, you know it's not flat. See, it's got that same high spot right there. It digs in, see? Something like that, it doesn't hit it. Here's a different sound when it's flat versus on the high spot. Yeah, now it's, you can feel it. See, it doesn't feel like it's got anything on it now.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels smooth.
Before it had a
It's polished.
build-up bit on it. Okay, now this is the area you said your gasket wouldn't come off before, so I scraped it off for you anyway.
Yeah, looks good
Okay,
too.
now we come back with a super scraper. Polish it. It doesn't polish it. It's cleaning it right off the surface.
Decks it. Right.
Yeah, it's dead flat. So you can see the unevenness in your case. So you have to find you rock it until you feel where it's flat. Got a little black area that was high, takes it right off. See, boom, gone. Now you don't have to make it this flat for the new gasket seal, but it didn't hurt.
Good place to start.
Yeah, well, if you can get it off, get it off. Okay, now you come back on this side. Problem with this is I got a bad angle of attack on everything here.
This is really, this stuff is crystallized or something. It got.
These are hard off. These are hard, but you know, a lot of evils are really bad. Evils are the hardest cutting gaskets there is. On these spaces, they are horrible.
Is it because the material's porous or?
It just bites into the aluminum and bakes on. And you just can't get it. So, and the aluminum's soft, so you dig into it. And it's really thin like this, all on an evo. Shovel heads are wider. So you wind up scarring up the surface quite a bit. See, like right here, I'm trying not to cut any aluminum. I'm trying to stay flat, but it's really hard to do. I'm pushing pretty damn hard, but it's hard for you to tell that, but I'm putting a lot of pressure on things. See, I make that look easy by not digging in. It's really hard not to dig in. See, that's still got a little bit of black on there. Now, the scooper scraper does not work good on scraping raw gaskets. It's only good on scraping the residue off because it cuts such a fine layer. See, there's a gasket there. It doesn't want to cut that much. It doesn't want to do it, see. It's basically a bulldozer hitting it. It doesn't cut, it pushes. And if you have a thick gasket, you got to push through. It doesn't like doing it. See, I cut it, but see, it also dug in the corner there a little bit.
Yeah, we got a nice chamfer on it.
Yeah, it's not exactly what you want in your gasket surface. So. And every time you dig this thing and bounce it into a piece of steel, you can run the risk of chipping a damn thing. Not like you're going to really straighten, you're not going to resharpen that too much. Okay, this one is a little bit over here too, I just noticed. This is sealer down here.
Which we're not going to use anymore. Tatro's going, what?
Depends on the gasket you use. Okay, now you try to get all this out without getting any crap in the motor. See how I lift it that way and see the crap came out with it?
Yeah.
On top of the flywheels, no. Now this has a lot of residue on the side here, the cylinders. So that takes a different tool to get that out.
They hive.
Ever seen one of these before?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you come out like that. All this shit goes in here though, see?
I'd leave it in there. It's not gonna work.
I don't want it biting up on the cylinder if I can avoid it. If it's a thick piece, just knock it out of there. You never know, it might.
And what's funny is the rear cylinder
It might
just came
come
right
off.
off.
Yeah, it might come off or something somewhere down the road. And
Clog up an oil passage.
yeah, you never know. So, if you don't need it, get rid of it. You know, as long as you don't make a bigger mess in there. I'm trying to stop. I think so far I haven't got anything in the motor yet, but
No.
that's because it's practice.
You got your knife upside down. No?
What, that part?
Yeah.
You mean the part that doesn't cut?
Yeah. The super.
This is the dull side here, though.
Yeah.
This is the sharp side.
We want the super cutter on there.
It just doesn't cut.
I got it.
She always pushes the grit away from the hole, so it naturally wants to go the wrong way. Yeah, it says a lot of shit here. I can't see it, but I can feel it.
It's not much there. It comes up. You got it.
It's right there. But you can feel it. Yeah, that just came off my finger.
These pistons really look good, though.
They haven't been on there that long. All right. See, they use a lot of seal on the front. They didn't do anything on the back, so that's good. All right. So I got to scrub it down the side here because we do have overspray over here. See, it's in there a little bit, so we'll have to clean this out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Have to clean this out here too, a little bit, some solvent. So anyway, we got most of the cleaning done. Got the crap off to that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the hardest part, is getting all this cleaning done without making more of a problem. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to have to, you want to turn these down so we have a compressible lip here. We have to get the gaskets we're going to use, figure out what we're going to use. Get that part handled too. So that's what we'll have to do on the cylinders. And then after I do that, I have to hold them. I have to hold them on the inside to cut the head. So after I do that, I'll hone them lightly to just knock off any burrs I put into it. My chuck jaws are pretty good at not leaving damage, but they're specialty jaws. So we'll get to that later. What happened to the heads?
Right here.
These, I'm going to take these and blast these because I like having clean surfaces to work to when I'm doing valve jobs and porting. We need to clean up some of this crap in here. I know you don't care, but I like them to breathe. There's no use putting a big ass cam on the bike and then not having something done on the heads to make it actually work better in the heads. Get all this crap out of here and get a fresh start. And then we're going to have to mill the top of these off also, so that all has to be done too. I'll do that after I get this stuff all blown off over here. That way there's no chance of it causing a problem. Alright, that's it for tonight on this stuff.
Talk to you guys later.
Alright.